another cup final. Your first season at Pirates, you are already in 2 cup finals. What does that mean to you as a person and to the team as well?
It's a special moment, for me myself. And if you look at the previous season of Orlando Pirates, it always has been in the final. And for the team, we've been working hard, for for this to have another second final. So I'm very happy.
How easy was it adapting to this club? It's obviously very different even to Ajax or wherever you experience. Because it looks like you feel like you belong already in such a short space of time.
Your question, there's a lot of work still to be done, Obviously, there have been improvement in the team, of all the players they signed. And for me, it's just that continue doing my job, and also with the players that they have, the quality they have in the team, that also helped me as a person. And as you can see, I'm not the only one who's improving. There's a lot of players who's improving with the number of quality that we have in the team.
And speaking about improving, how does it happen? What's the makeup of a player improving at this club? How does that happen? Can you just maybe explain that in detail?
No, I think with the quality of the players, the club have got in depth, and as you can see, so like mention names like Rile, Spola, Moremi, so it's already a step for us that came here new that we already gonna deal with the quality that's in the team already. So it's just for you to adapt to the style of play, and then eventually you will improve.
In 2023, you were one of the players that were like emerging talents in the AFCON squad. I think you only played like 10, 12 minutes against Congo. But how important was that for your career trajectory, and like what advice would you give the other young kids like Chandra in Thailand, who's probably going to take the same role as you now?
Obviously, going to AFCON at the time I was in 2023, and sitting on the bench, you always wanted to play, but you knew that we just came into the national team, and I'm always there motivating the other players. When I got my minutes, I was super happy, because it's also one of a big tournament in Africa. And my advice to Sandra and Smith is, they will get the opportunity, and just have to be patient.
Oswin, before you came to Pirates, there were reports and rumors of Sundowns, Chiefs, and then eventually you came to Pirates. What could you say of your decision? Okay, he says you should not answer, so let's leave it.
There's been, your performance has obviously been spectacular. You're still in the national team, probably one of the first names on the 11 now. There's even talks of football of the season amongst social media, amongst fans. Is that something that's, giving you confidence? Is that something that excites you?
My job always has been, helping the team, and scoring goals, The other things I don't focus on that. My job is to do well, help the team to win, and that's what I'm focusing on.
Ozzy, maybe can you just tell us about your relationship with Spoiler? Because I read somewhere that when you were speaking to the chairman about coming here, you are specifically a player that he asked to come if he comes.
Yes, he did. It happened. He did tell the chairman that, but we came back then from Super Sport already, created a small bond, and even when I went to Polokwane, he always checked up on me, seeing if I'm okay, and yeah.
And maybe just expanding on it. He's such a character, Sipho Mbule. How do you guys handle him? Are you also now, I know you played with him at Super Sport United, but what is he as a human being away from the pitch? Because we see a lot of funny moments on the pitch. How would you describe him as a teammate and as a footballer?
No, he's always been funny, and there's something that people don't know about him. He likes playing FIFA, so that's one thing I've always seen playing FIFA. So the character you see has always been having it, you know.
You whack him.
Sometimes.
And now going to AFCON together, I think from like the Super Sport United, and now you'll be going to the AFCON together. Do you guys like sit back and like think about those moments? Did you guys think it would get this good for you guys?
Obviously not, you know, but I think as a player, you know, especially for Spola also, I think the more you put in hard work, you know, eventually you'll get rewarded, and that is something that has been happening now. So I'm happy to see him, you know, going to the team to AFCON.
Oswin, with the performances that you've been displaying, would you say that this is your best performance, or are we still going to see the best of Oswin moving forward?
No, every player has that thing of, you know, wanting to do more, improving. So that's my goal, you know. So to improve and to work hard, you know, and yeah.
Talking about the Super Sport story, there's a number of players in this current squad who came through the Super Sport Academy. And I mean, we all know what Super Sport did in terms of producing players. Having been through that system, is it said that the club is no longer does not exist anymore?
I can only speak for, you know, for the talent that the team Super Sport has created. You know, I think it's a lot. It's not only players that's today with Pirates. I think that other clubs also, and some of them is with the national team also. So for the other question, no comment.